Hello and welcome back to White Collar Woker. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about a bit of an unfortunate subject that I think a lot of people are not speaking about in the UK at the moment. We're talking about the fact that a lot of young people, and I would, I'm 27, I place myself in that young person category. A lot of really talented young professionals are looking to leave the UK. And people don't realise this. All of the focus in 2020 and even at the start of 2021 has been about the older generation. It's been about whether or not we can vaccinate and save the lives of the older generation, especially people who are very, very at risk to coronavirus. I absolutely agree with that. I think the state of our society and the future of our society, and when people look back at our society, it will be judged on how we treat the most vulnerable in society. And historically, pensioners and those who aren't of working age, who are much older, and they were treated very poorly. Pensioner poverty was a real problem before the Tony Blair government of 1997 onwards. And it's actually because of the fact we've grown more wealthy as a country that pensioners, there's still pensioners who live in poverty, but that systemic issue of pensioner poverty has declined massively. And I think that it's better that we're talking about the humanity and the economic problems of our situation rather than questioning should we be just carrying on with our lives as normal without having any acknowledgement of the deaths that would have happened if we hadn't have locked down. I think that's better. And look, I don't want anyone to... A lot of people are watching my videos saying... I'm not taking account or I don't care about old people. I'm not saying that, but this channel is called White Collar Woker because I'm trying to tell people what young people are thinking in this country, in the UK. And no one speaks about that because no one cares about that generation. If you look at the media, if you look at the civil service, if you look at the government, it's all... Even in the US, Joe Biden's, a borderline skeleton in the White House. People don't care about young people in this country. Yes, our culture is fetishizing young people when it comes to pop music and acting and films. I get that, but with the actual policy of our country is all geared towards older people. I mean, a great example is the housing market. People think, the Help to Buy scheme, the lifetime individual savings accounts, all geared towards helping young people to save for a mortgage to get a house. Yeah, but the only reason why that is policy is because if the young people didn't buy those first-time buyer houses, then the old people who have racked up 8% house price gains in 2020 wouldn't be able to sell on their houses. It's a chain, and in order to keep the chain going, you've got to get young people buying more and more overpriced property. And they're stuck in this rat race, even from day one, of a property that's overpriced. Yes, you can borrow at historically low interest rates, but you're putting yourself into a 25, 35, 40-year mortgage for something that's overpriced. Anyway, rant over. The point is that I've spoken to a lot of colleagues, friends, acquaintances, work, even bosses who are young. These are people under the age of 40, professional people working in finance, or they're working in corporate services or something like that. They're going to leave. I don't see the point in... even if they don't leave the UK, they're going to probably leave London. But I mean, I've spoken to a lot of people, and the problem with the UK is that it's losing a lot of its... It's losing a lot of what made it attractive for workers. If you work in finance, obviously the UK is a great place to work in because you get paid fabulous salaries. But not everyone in the UK works in finance, and 80% of the UK economy is services. And services don't get paid a huge amount. If you work in hospitality, or if you work in corporate events, or if you work in something of that ilk, you don't get paid a huge amount. And if the UK is losing a lot of its finance jobs to Europe, And if asset prices stay inflated, I don't see why young people would stay. Especially if you're smart, if you can start a company. Like I have my own company, an internet company. I don't need to be based in the UK in order for it to make money for me. I'm sure there's a lot of really talented entrepreneurs and young people. And unless you run a big FTSE or AIM company, I can imagine if you're Ben Francis, the founder of Gymshark, you want to stay in the UK because it's got financial and capital markets. But if you run a small company, or if you're an employee that can work abroad, I don't see why you'd stay in the UK. Anyway, that's my thought. I've got a whole book coming out about this. It's called A Letter to the Boomers. If you want a free copy, please sign up in the description below and it'll be sent straight to your email. Until next time, I hope you guys enjoy. Bye-bye.